Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and I wanted to show you a couple of other Kancept tools, basically EDC tools, fidget tools, but also open up a bigger discussion about essentially the concept of fidget tools in general and why we have them and why it might be a great thing. You know, we've been fidgeting around with tools for quite a while. Pens are often very popular fidget tools, taking them apart, clicking them. There are some that have different kinds of actions that are just more fun to play with. Pencils weren't all that fidgetable, so we learned to flip them around in our hands, but we ended up just chewing on them instead. So, you know, I guess it goes back to being an infant, which some of this stuff, I think they're pretty good comparisons. But anyway, the concept behind these Kancept tools, well, this one's multifunction. This is the crowbar. Beautiful titanium. I also got it in that lightning finish, the lightning strike finish. But it is, the fidget-worthy aspect of this is more in the tactile sensations, the points, the hooks, you know, these jagged edges here that are actually wrenches and a bottle opener and a pry bar here. It is good solid titanium, so you can see there's plenty of girth there to do stuff. It does come with a pocket clip, not deep carry obviously, but just the manipulation. It reminds me of this this primate Kancept tool, you know, where you just, it's so smooth, but then there are all these little intricate places and cutouts and holes. Let your fingers wander around, but you can also, you know, hold it in different ways in your hand, you know, just to see. Now, why fidget tools? Well, why fidgeting? Fidgeting is like tactile doodling, and something like this Kancept fidget bolt basically just takes the bolt mechanism and puts it into a shaft. I like to take it apart too, but the concept is you're occupying a part of your brain that's more mechanical, more analytical, which then allows the creative aspect in your brain a little more leeway because you can't think about the creativity. So when people, you know, kids especially, you know, how'd you come up with that thought? And they say, I don't know, you know, or you felt that too. Well, that's because you actually can't know. Because if you knew, it wouldn't have happened. And the reason it wouldn't have happened is because you would have been conscious about the process of that thought coming into existence, which probably would have killed it. So instead, if you occupy that more analytical part of your brain with a task, a doodle, a mindless doodle, or the use of a fidget tool here, although some people do say that these are actually you know, just stress relievers. I think it goes way beyond that. But the concept of a fidget tool might be, you know, to release creativity as well. This one here is called the Bolt Fidget. It was designed by Kevin Passon, and this one also is in that titanium lightning strike. Real solid little tool, obviously for a key ring. They do make another. They make a rolling one, kind of a fidget ball thing. To me, it's similar to these. This is like an expert fidget spinner. I'm not saying you have to have a license to operate it, but it does give you some abilities to play around at a deeper level, which could really occupy your analytical mind while you're coming up with creative thoughts. Like, I wonder what tomorrow's video will be, you know, or just the standard high-quality fidget spinner. I think this is an expert fidget tool. Be careful. This is that Kancept stiletto. It's fun to just take apart and play with, but you do need to pay attention to what you're doing. So there's that. But it is kind of neat that, you know, although I did in my video about it talk a little of the history, but there are just things that you can do. To me, it's more fun than a pen. This thing's out of this world. You know, this is a little Coke and ratchet, but it's got a 3/8 head, so it's easy to get in between your fingers without struggling too much. And the detents in the flex head, you know, just add another dimension of fidgetability. This Vera Joker, kind of fun. What I realized and why it's out here is because I used to just play with this, you know, as I was working on other projects, thinking about things, waiting, and this kind of reminded me of it, where, you know, you're just basically moving your hand around on it, wedging it in things. This does the same too, though, because I would find basically myself, if I'm fidgeting with it, is, you know, where my finger fits into the bolts here. Obviously, you can, you know, fidget around with sockets and other things too, but in the bigger picture, you know, The adjustable wrench is probably the ultimate fidget tool. Real simple. Get a good one though. This is that Blue Point. It's the smoothest. If you get one that there isn't enough texture, it can be frustrating, and then you start becoming aware of what you're doing, which just, you know, distracts from the point of fidget. These little things. This one I think is a Vim. Is another little tool. Maybe more fidget fun than actual practicality, but you know, for an EDC tool, it's pretty cool. But anyway, these Kancept, I like that they're doing the Kancept EDC. I like they're just admitting. I mean, this is the ultimate admission of a fidget tool. This is what it does. You are seeing the entire thing, unless you want to take it apart and you know, free the spring that's in here. But you know, we used to do that. Well, used to. We still do if we can. With quality pens. That's why those old clear Bic pens were no fun. You'd have to put them in your mouth to yank out the pen part, and then of course it would get all gunky and stuff. That's all you could do with it. But it's fun to just disassemble things if there's something fun going on. I'd like to see a pen, if Kancept's listening, you know, somebody design a pen with a whole bunch of parts. So almost like a jigsaw puzzle, but not too difficult. You don't want to have to concentrate, but you know, why doesn't this end come off? This is all sealed now, so it's lost its fidgetability. You know, and the eraser, that was probably the best thing, is when you could break that off and then just start working with something. But pencils just didn't really have it. So anyway, there it is. A couple more fidget-worthy tools from Kancept. I'm looking forward to what they're coming out with in the future, because they are just fun to handle. And that's what it's all about. With that, Doc out.